Hey guys. First of all, I apologize right now immediately if I look extremely tired or exhausted or discolored. um, I was up most of the night last night. I still have a headache, but most of the night last night with a backache and like purging my stomach apparently. Apparently my body decided it was time to cleanse itself. Yeah. Um, But that's beside the point. I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way so you guys knew, like, why my energy and my face looks like this. But there is something that I've been meaning to make a video about for a long time, and the topic came up on another channel that I watch. And that channel is The Lonely Bear Cub. I mentioned it the other day in the Who Do You Really Watch video. And this is a guy who, I believe he said he was 80% native. And he has pale skin. And someone commented on his video saying, you know, oh, another fake Indian, you know, and that kind of thing. And I messaged him back at the time and said, you know, no matter the color of your skin, there is an, you know, undeniable pride there, or unmistakable, I think I used, I don't know, but it's true. And I think that applies with a lot of people. But the topic that I wanted to talk about is he just made a video speaking on fake natives and mixed bloods and his thoughts on that. And I guess it was kind of a kick in my ass to do the video that I've been wanting to make for a while, but just hadn't found, well, I guess the kick in the ass to do it. And that is that a lot of times since I started my channel, I've been asked to share specifically native stuff. And if you guys notice, I don't really share a lot of that. I'll make commentary, but overall I don't really share a whole lot. I know there's a smudging video, but even in that smudging video, it's not 100% native practice, you know, because I'm not 100%, you know. So my practice isn't going to be the same. But this is a video more so to, I guess it's to the people that the first question out of their mouth is, are you enrolled? And it's also to the people who get asked that all the time. Where do I start? My heritage is predominantly Anglo-Saxon. However, on my mother's side, I have Nanticoke and Rappahannock, and there is a picture of my great-grandmother that is undeniably native. And, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. And on my father's side, through his mother, I believe it was his grandmother, was supposedly full-blood Cherokee. Now, I say supposedly because while you can look at them and tell, Cherokee is one of those ones where you have to be like enrolled in card carrying to be official, I guess. And that's very hard to do because, first of all, my father's side is very, very poor growing up. Like, they weren't really well documented. And it just wasn't a lot on them. And on top of that, the only things that we did have were in my grandmother's house, and that caught on fire when I was very small. So all of that went out the window, and she was the one who kept all the historical documents, all the pictures, everything was at her house. So at this point, between my dad's family dying off pretty early, and my grandmother not being here because she died when I was really small, my grandfather dying before I was even born, there wasn't a lot to go on in terms of papers. All I know about her is that her name was Mary, and that's it. Mary. Now, my mother's side, there's more documented. But, you know, the Anticoke and Rappahannock, to my knowledge, are not tribes that do the whole card thing. But that's not my point. My point is, at no point have I claimed to be 100% native. But I haven't claimed to be 100% anything, because I'm not. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that the knowledge that I have that did get passed down isn't part of my heritage, isn't part of my ancestry, isn't part of who I am. And in extension, part of what those tribes were and are. So, I guess I wanted to say to those out there who grew up being told that they were not allowed to practice openly as a native, that they were not allowed to, or they were less somehow because they were mixed, or, and you know, the Lonely Bear Cub, Julie made a really good point in saying that it's still racism. It's completely racism to say that. You know, it's like, no, because you're mixed, you're less of a person. Would you say that to someone who was African American and, I don't know, like Puerto Rican? Would you say that to them? You're less of a black person because you're mixed. Like, less of meaning lower status. If you would, then you might want to reevaluate that answer. You might want to think about that for a second. I understand that many natives are very protective of their heritage and their culture because so much has been taken away, or so much has been twisted, so much has been commercialized, so much has been broken down and beaten up. And I understand that anger. But the people that went before you, would they want you to just be slinging hatred like that at everyone? If you were speaking on your blood and the pride that's in your blood, then would a drop of that blood not be a drop of that blood? Because even a drop is powerful. Even a drop is still a drop. They are still there. They are still part of it. It might not mean that they are 100% natives. They are not a full blood, but they are blooded. Those are your kin, in one way or another. So, I guess adult me has come to the realization that growing up, being told you're not enough, or, oh, that's cute, she's doing that, but she doesn't really know what's going on. it made me very hesitant to share or to be proud of, in the open at least, who I was, who I have behind me. And as an adult, I see that the only person that forgot was myself. Because they know. They never forgot once. Spirit knows. Ancestors know. Your heart knows. The heart of the earth knows. You may feel like so much has been lost, but it hasn't. It's still there. So, this is a touchy subject for me, but to those who are quick to judge, what about the others? What about those who weren't so well documented? What about those who fled and tried to hide and make it so that they were as little native in appearance as possible? Even native cultures to this day has made it so that Jesus and Great Spirit are somewhat synonymous. And this may be your belief, but it isn't mine. Unless you're taking the universalist look at it, where spirit is everything and in everything, therefore it manifests itself as everything somewhere along the line. But being a soft polytheist, while I agree with that, I also disagree. But that's a whole other video for a different time. But my point isn't to attack those people, because I understand where they're coming from. I understand that they are angry and that things were taken and they are trying to protect. But in protecting, you may also be casting out a part of your own family. Yeah, there are people who fake it out there. There are people who say that they are 100% and that they know the one way to do this and it's the only traditional way. And be wary of those people, because there is no one way. Ever. Even within one tribe, each family has little idiosyncrasies that do it differently. It's never 100% one way. There are many paths. But that doesn't mean that this is something to be commercialized. That doesn't mean that this is something that's fun and we'll make a fake native headdress and parade it around and be like, hey, I'm native now. Because they aren't a cartoon. They aren't a show that you watch. We aren't a show that you watch. It's a people. It's a race. It's the people. There were hearts and families and traditions and songs and love in that. Respect. Lessons that were learned. They were and are a people. Multiple peoples. Lots of peoples. So if you are someone who's just kind of pulling it for face value and being like, this is really fun, I understand that you're drawn to it, and I understand that it's fascinating, because it's always fascinating learning things. But please do it with consideration of the fact that this is someone's life. Many someone's lives. And I'm not saying that I know 100% everything that I do. But I am saying that I know what I was taught, and I know where I'm coming from. And if I have ever misled anyone to think that I am showing the one way or legitimate in that sense, then I'm sorry, that was not my intention. But I am showing my way. I am showing what I have learned, because really, we're all, in a sense, melting pots somewhere down the line. We're all mutts somewhere down the line. Mutts used in a loving way, of course. So I've rambled for 16 minutes almost about this, and I did not plan what I was going to say, so I hope that this came out right to those that are listening. You know, someone made a really good comment on that video that made me think, and they said that they had Dutch heritage, they had Irish heritage, but no one ever asked for a card for those. And I understand that it's because of the money and the grants and such, but many don't take it, and many don't seek it out just for that. Many just want to feel connected again. So, if any of you out there hide that pride, don't. Don't. Because regardless of how much is in you, it is still a part of you. You wouldn't hide any of your other ancestry. Why would you hide that? Love all of yourself, not just the big parts. You are a whole. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. By the way, if you're wondering about the shirt, and this is very appropriate, my friend gave me this for Christmas. So it says balance and composure, and when she read the words, she was like, I have to. That's her Christmas gift. So thank you, Lindsay, if you're watching. But yeah, I did not do this on purpose, I swear. Alright, so that's really all I have to say, is that I understand to those that are hating on that, and I understand that you want to be protecting what you feel is yours, and it is yours, but it's everyone's. Everyone who has a stake in that somehow. Don't let your own hatred blind you to the very thing that you're trying to protect, and the very thing that others are seeking out to feel loved and connected. Why would you deny someone feeling loved? Alright, I think that's it. Hopefully there was a point in this somewhere. I know there was. It was just between a lot of rambling. So I'm gonna go take some medicine and drink a lot of water to get rid of this headache. So I will see you guys later. I love you all. Thank you for watching 19 minutes of this. I'll see you later. Bye.